Hey guys, today I have got a Speed Queen commercial heavy duty washer and matching electric dryer set. I'm actually really excited about this set here that I've got up for sale. I'll be honest, by the time this listing goes up, I might keep it for myself, so this may never see the light of day. If it does, super awesome deal. These things are super expensive. To get this set brand new, it costs you about $3,000 bucks, and the reason is because this is the absolute top brand for washers and dryers. Everything is still made out of metal. All of your motors, gearboxes, and everything in between, it's all made out of metal. And you've got a huge capacity with an agitator. Does an amazing job getting clean. And here in a sec, I'm gonna load it up. We're gonna run it and I'm gonna show you that everything on it's working perfectly. This set's only about 3, maybe 4 years old. However, it essentially came out of a storage unit. That's where I picked this up. So very little use. Still got all the stickers and everything on it. I mean, these are basically like new condition. Really excited about this set. I've been selling washers and dryers now for going on 10 years, and I've never come across a Speed Queen. People just don't sell them, or if they do, of course you're gonna pay like 2,000 bucks for it. I'm gonna put these at a really good deal if I sell them and don't keep them. But we're gonna go ahead and roll through this video. I always do about 4 loads through, so I'm gonna finish up this last load and show you. I'll go ahead and load it up and turn it all on, and you'll get to see it work. Then when it's all done, I'm gonna switch over and show you the dryer and show you that that's working perfectly as well. So let's get into this. Real quick before I get it going, I wanted to point one thing out here. You might be looking at these knobs and thinking, oh, this is prehistoric the way this is set up. However, it is actually designed this way on purpose. And if you listen here, so what you have there is you have an old school, what I like to call pinball connection, and it's all these little connectors that connect and touch and tell it what to do as it spins around. Now what's awesome about that style is that when you have things like power surges, power outages, which cause surges, lightning strikes, all those things, all the new washers and dryers that are coming out with all the electronics on them and all the boards and all everything that lights up, that's really cool. However, if you don't have a really good surge protector on there, you run the risk of those electronics getting messed up. 9 times out of 10 when people have a newer washer or dryer and all of a sudden it starts doing something crazy on the cycle, that can be attributed to a power outage, a power surge, and messing up those electronics. You know, they have electronic CPU boards that are full of transistors and all those little things that can go burn out in the night. So I just wanted to mention that because it's really cool. This is what I look for as someone who sells these all the time. I love selling sets like these that have these manual controls on them. You don't have to worry. There's just so much stuff you don't have to worry about going forward. So I wanted to throw that out there. I'll go ahead and load this up and show it off now. Okay, so it's filled all the way up with water. I did a really heavy load, filled it essentially as full as you'd ever want to fill it with clothes. Super heavy load. And it's getting started. You can hear it. Got a real nice, what I call the agitation kick. The agitator is going to move in one direction and then kick back the other way. That's how the agitator is supposed to move in there. So you can hear that working nice and strong. Now if I lift the lid up, it's got a safety feature, so it's going to shut the machine down. But you can see plenty of water in there with those clothes. Then what'll happen is we get towards the end here, it'll drain the water out, and of course it'll repeat all the way through the rinse cycle. Then we get to the final spin cycle, it's gonna get going nice and fast, and when I lift this up during the spin, it'll come to a pretty quick stop, but you'll be able to see that it's spinning nice and fast. There's no trick for bypassing the lid switch to show you what's going on under the hood. Unfortunately, everything is kind of built back in behind here. As far as I understand, I believe there's little mechanisms that reach out as you open and close the lid that engage a lid lock, probably back in here somewhere. So I'm gonna let that finish up and come back when it's draining the water out for you to take a listen to that. All right, we're moving out of the wash cycle into the rinse cycle. It's about to kick that drain on here in a sec, and I'm gonna let you listen to it and you can can hear that it's draining all the water out nice and fast. There it goes. Now I'm not going to lift this lid up because it will shut the machine down and interrupt that drain cycle. Because right now it's in neutral, so it's not spinning, just draining. Then it'll kick over and spin to extract the soapy water out. Then it'll fill back up with clean water for the rinse cycle. Then it'll agitate for a bit on that. Then it'll once again drain out and then kick over for a final spin, which is what I will come back for next. Okay, now final spin cycle. See all the options. It's a good place to pause and look over those options if you want, but you can see how quiet it is. Nice, smooth, absolutely no vibration in it whatsoever, which is a matter of making sure that the feet get leveled after you put the washer in place. Super important. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the lid up now, and you'll see that it's spinning nice and fast. Of course, you also see that the safety engages and it puts the brakes on and stops it pretty quick, but you will get to see very quickly how fast it's spinning. And it does an excellent job putting the brakes on to stop, which is great for how fast it's spinning if there's ever, kids or anything like that trying to open it up and check it out. Excellent safety feature. So I'll let that finish up, move the clothes over to the dryer, and show you that the dryer works perfectly. All right, side by side now with the matching electric dryer. You see, also huge capacity on this one. You've got the lint trap there that you can kind of scoop out and remove after every load. Nice bright light. Up here we've got heat control, so you can do regular permanent press, delicate, and no heat. We'll turn that up to high. Then over here, you've got automatic dry, then you've got time dry, then you've got an automatic with a little bit lower heat. So tons of options for all the things you're gonna be drying. I'm gonna go just kind of max dry right there. Right there on the max dry setting. And over here, these clothes are finished up. I'll go ahead and pull them out and move them over. All right, clothes are now moved out. You can see that's all cleaned out. I've got them over here. Went ahead and started that. As you can see in here, it sounds great. It'd even be a little bit quieter with your vent hose hooked up to it, kind of muffling that sound of the air coming out the back. So this would be really quiet. One thing while it's heating up here, I want to note is I took this front panel off right here. There's 2 screws and it pops off and you can vacuum it out. And I was kind of expecting there to be, dust bunnies, some lint buildup, that kind of thing. It's pretty normal. This one took it off spotless. It was absolutely spotless. So I'm guessing these have hardly had any use at all on them. My guess would be maybe less than 2 months, because even at 6 months you start to see a buildup of those things. And this one was just completely spotless. The other thing was, I'll show you on the inside, that lint trap where you can reach in and scoop it out. There's one screw there where you can remove it and it pulls out, and I pulled that out to also get and vacuum in there, things I always check and clean out, and it was also spotless. So super clean. And I'm going to show you that it is in fact heating like it's supposed to. So right now on the top of this dryer, it's about 74 degrees. And if I shut it on the ground there, you'll see it changes about 72 down there. So what we'll do is we'll open this up. You can see everything was tumbling. It's supposed to, right inside that heating element tube, there's tons of heat coming out of that tube right there. That in turn is going to heat the inside of your dryer up anywhere from 95 up to 195. Just depends on how long it's been running and what you have your heat setting at. So there you can see, heating like it's supposed to. We'll toss these clothes back in here, and there's the one little bolt right there. You just pull that out and this pops off, and you can keep that and maintenance that and clean it out. Also on the door here, you can kind of vacuum up in here too, and all of this was super clean. I mean, there was hardly any dust or lint or anything. And you see it kind of builds up pretty quick there. These clothes are pretty linty. I always run this 4th load with the same clothes. I just wash and dry them over and over again. So it does a good job capturing and cleaning it. You just push this. Oh, no, you push this to start it. And that's gonna be it. I'll go ahead and get these listed up for sale. If y'all have any questions at all, feel free to reach out, and I do appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. Thanks, you guys have a great day.